Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to start this next section, which is about infrastructural challenges and business opportunity in the smart response. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself, and first of all, before I do that, I'd like to thank Dublin City Council for this tremendous event and the opportunity to bring all these cities together, which we think, as a chamber, is one of the most important things we're going to do across these islands. The British Irish Chamber of Commerce is an organisation that represents over 250 members based throughout these islands. Our companies have a turnover in somewhere in the region of about 38 billion euro, and we employ somewhere in the region of about 80,000 people on either side of these islands. The vast majority of these people are actually employed in cities and in urban areas, which is why we have a particular interest into this. Before I ask you to listen to David, Liam and Owen, and you've seen all their CVs in the documentation that you have, what I would like to do is set the scene. And one of the things I would like to do is talk about our joint economic space and how important it is. If we look at the investments, if we look at the trade back and forth across these islands, it's somewhere around about 200 billion euros. And we as a chamber have set as a plan that we want to see that to grow to around about 300 billion euros in a decade. But much of this will come from the energy sectors, smart manufacturing, and traditional but high-tech sectors, things like agribusiness. One of the most important things is we're moving towards a knowledge-based economy, and that knowledge-based economy will be focused on our cities and our urban areas. And while there's tremendous opportunities for these, there's also going to be some of the challenges. And you wouldn't expect somebody from a business organisation to stand up here and not say some of the challenges and things we would like to work in partnership to try and achieve. We need access, above all, to smart reservoirs of talent. That involves talking with the universities, that involves talking with the education sectors, and that involves getting the right people, the right talent, the right groups of understanding in the right place so that it will be benefit to all. And this is about access. How can we have access in the 21st century and the importance of our urban areas to achieve that? And I sort of wrote down some notes before I came in today, and then of course all the speakers who were on beforehand talked about them. So I would just add a bit of topicality to them. The first one I would like to talk about is the importance for us for transport, and what I would call the golden hour. The golden hour to me is the ability to get from one key financial sector or economic sector to another. It means being able to get from Belfast to Dublin in an hour on a train. It means to be able to get from Dublin to London in an hour. It doesn't mean sitting in a traffic queue from Dublin Airport trying to get down here, and that takes an hour. We need to be much more smarter, much more integrated in what we do about our transportation. And then we talked about water, and it was interesting, we were listening to Siemens about the problems with water. And we would always call it the problem of water in and water out. We need clean supplies of water for our high-tech industries and for our people. We also need to keep water out of the streets. We need to make sure the sewers work. We need to make sure that our cities, which, by the way, are all by the sea, which means we're going to have significant problems of keeping issues of flooding sorted out. And people in Manchester might say, we're not by the sea, but you have a ship canal that runs straight through your city, and there's always tremendous problems of flooding as well. We need power. We need access to smart communications, and that means more and more bandwidth and smarter ways of doing this. But above all, we need safe and secure and healthy, environmentally friendly urban spaces where we can live in. And we need to be able to recognise and grow the diversity and reduce the inequality in our urban spaces. That might sound a quite unusual thing for a business leader to talk about, but these are the kind of things we're going to need to not only to build it and they will come when I'm talking about smart talent, but it's also about keeping them here when they are here and building those developments from where we go. Thank you very much indeed. Now, and I'd just like you to move on now, and I would like to invite David to come and talk about it.